If you start from this weekend, whatever weekend you want to do it. So, and I have her picture. So my thing is, like, it's gonna be weird if something happens to just her trailer when there's a nice house, like, right next door. If it's gonna happen at her house. Which is every other weekend.
This coming weekend?
Yes.
The woman you see is Tara Lambert, who has arranged for a hitman for another woman. But the script flips entirely because it turns out this guy is not a hitman, but in fact, Deputy Jason Ison. Deputy Jason is a promising detective who got a tip about Tara's shenanigans before she even executed it. But to nip this criminal in the bud, he has to be smart and play the role. And soon, Tara begins to spill all her secrets, not knowing she is on camera.
I mean, what do you want done with her?
Oh my god. Just put her in a chopper, like one of those lumberjack chopper things.
I don't carry a lumberjack chopper. Alright, girl.
I really appreciate this. Oh, you like everything.
Be easy.
Yes, you too. Thank you so much.
Deputy Jason tells his little secret to Tara, but by that time it was way too late and she had already shared way too much. So she is apprehended and brought in for questioning, where Detective Ryan Miller waits for her. The detective has managed to get the truth almost every time, but will he be able to get it out of an obnoxious wannabe killer?
You had talked to a undercover deputy sheriff today. Will you make arrangements and give him $125 to have her killed?
No.
Deputy Jason did not have a premonition about the crime. However, he did get a tip from a woman called Jenny. Jenny was a friend of Tara who grew concerned after Tara publicly kept asking around for a hitman to kill someone. Thinking that Tara may not be joking after all, Jenny chose action. And from there, Deputy Jason set a trap. On July 28, 2015, he arranged a meeting with Tara at the Circleville Walmart lot. Tara showed up believing her plan was finally in motion. Little did she know her life in jail would be that motion.
Dee, this is Tara.
What's up, girl? How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks.
What's going on with you? I hear you got a problem.
I have had a problem for 7 years.
Really? 7? Damn.
Yeah, and it's gotten to the point where, I mean, she knows I've been wanting this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I need her away, gone.
Okay.
Uncommunicative.
Damn.
So, okay, she lives in Lucasville.
Okay.
Okay, and it's on State Route 104, and there's nothing across the street. It's like woods and a river, right? And if you pull in this driveway, there's like a nice house to the right that's like brown and has a pool, and that is her mother-in-law. And then on down to the left, you can still see it plain as day from the driveway, but that is her trailer. So my thing is, like, it's gonna be weird if something happens to just her trailer when there's a nice house, like, right next door. If it's gonna happen at her house. You know?
Okay.
And then I want, whatever happens, or whenever it's gonna happen, I just want it on a weekend when the girls are with me, obviously. That helps my alibi and keeps them away from all that. Which is every other weekend.
This coming weekend?
Yes.
So then they'll be back down Lucasville the following.
Right. And then back up here. And we never miss a weekend. So
Okay.
if you start from this weekend, whatever weekend you want to do it. So, and I have her picture and some lovely information for you.
Okay.
I hate her. It feels so shitty, like when you can't get to your own money.
Right.
What the fuck? I could have got it out of my business, but it'd be really strange, and I wouldn't be able to account for it on the stuff.
You don't know what any of these... She drives the maroon van?
Or the black Saturn. He drives a red truck. Is there anything else? Like, that you would need to know.
What'd you say about the house again?
So, like, in the driveway, it's kind of like a lane, I guess, more than a driveway. Because, like, that's why her address is 12735A. Because it's a trailer on this woman's land, which is her mother-in-law.
You don't want her fucked with?
I mean, kind of, yeah. It would look better because, like, why would you go straight to that trailer when there's a badass house right here? You know what I mean? And nothing else around that area in the boondocks is touched. It would just kind of look
stupid.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
it would look pinpointed. And you never know what color her hair is, but she's the only mom.
Does she live with a dude?
Yeah, she's married. But he is like, he works all day and then he plays in a band and he's like constantly gone. I should have wrote that down. It's called Waiting on Aaron. I know, so dumb. But that's the band name. So
Waiting on what?
Aaron, Aaron.
Are they on Facebook?
Yeah, and he like has me blocked, I think, because he hates my guts and I hate him. So you would be able to see like their schedule. Mm-hmm.
Deputy Jason was the first to uncover Tara Lambert's alleged intent to have her target, Kelly Cook, killed. Kelly was married to Sean and was raising 2 teenage daughters from her previous marriage to Brandon, who was now Tara's husband. At the center of the conflict was a bitter custody dispute, escalating tensions over visitation that had been building for months. Once the information was confirmed, Jason carefully began laying the groundwork for a controlled operation. Meanwhile, Tara moved forward, unaware that the situation was no longer under her control. As the conversation unfolded, she continued speaking freely, step by step revealing details that would ultimately serve as evidence against her.
You want me to just walk up and cap her?
If something else is going on, like in the area, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Like, we were kind of thinking of like a home invasion gone wrong, and like they do all flaunt their shit. Like they live in this place for free off of his mom, and they always have like all this expensive stuff, and they're walking around flaunting it and talking about how they ain't got no bills and have cash and big ass TVs and stuff, and
they got cash in the place?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. They have a safe. They have a badass TV. I mean, she has a ton of jewelry that just came from her grandma that she brags about how she got it all appraised and it's worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, she fucking posted it on Facebook. Like, the appraisal.
Wow.
So that's what kind of stupid we're working with, but you really get some good stuff out of there.
Deputy Jason carefully measures the depth of Tara Lambert's intent, probing to see whether her words are driven by emotion or something far more deliberate. Her response is unequivocal. She admits that she would have no issue if Brandon, her own husband, were killed in the crossfire. The detachment in her voice signals that this is not a fleeting thought, but a considered position. She then describes the alleged plan with unsettling precision. Track Kelly Cook during grocery runs and school pickups using photos and vehicle details. Carry out a quiet execution and dispose of the body with a wood chipper to erase any trace. The level of detail suggests forethought rather than rage. But none of it will unfold as she imagines. Instead, Jason collects recordings, marked cash, and location maps, building a case piece by piece. In the moments that follow, he secures her trust in a plan that exists only to solidify her position as a suspect under the law.
I'm going to be so excited. I just can't even tell you. I'm so happy about this. I know that's so bad, but even my girls, I think if they could pay people to do this, they probably would. They hate her so bad. So don't feel bad about that.
I don't feel bad about it.
That's good. That's really good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to know. She doesn't work, so she's home all fucking day. She's a loser. Okay, baby. I don't know.
There you go.
Can Can you think of anything else that you would need to know? Which, of course, can go through her to get to me or whatever, but...
Right. All right. Sound good?
Okay. Very, very good. The man.
All right, girl.
I really appreciate this. I owe you, like, everything.
Be easy.
Yes, you too. Thank you so much. Jenny?
Yeah, Olivia.
I love it.
Oh, goodness.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'll be seeing you soon.
All right.
Tara Lambert believed all her problems were about to disappear. Since marrying Brandon, she had despised Kelly Cook and was determined to gain full custody of her stepdaughters. What started as resentment had grown into obsession. In Tara's mind, eliminating Kelly wasn't extreme. It was necessary. She felt a rush of excitement, almost euphoric, as if everything she had wanted was finally within reach. But while she imagined a clean slate, Deputy Jason was quietly building her case. He gathered recorded conversations, $125 in cash, photographs, and her own statements about using a wood chipper to destroy evidence. After their July 28, 2015 meeting at a Walmart in Circleville, the material was handed over to the Pickaway County Sheriff's Office. Detective Ryan Mills then took over the interrogation, and Tara was completely unprepared for the reality that was about to confront her.
You had talked to a undercover deputy sheriff today when you make arrangements and give him $125 to have her killed.
No.
And it is on tape and on video.
No. Jenny. I have messages. I can show you where she
What's
had...
Jenny have to do with it?
She was with me. She was there.
Well, tell me, you're saying Jenny.
Jenny.
What did she do?
Okay. I can show you the phone calls. I can show you the messages where she is talking about how she can have Kelly beat up or something of the nature to scare her. And then she talks to this guy, and then I can show you the messages that she says, you can't back out of this, you need to bring some money, this guy is no joke, da-da-da-da-da, you need to go to the bank, how much can you bring right now? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do, like, if this guy's a killer, or, you know, he's going to beat her ass, what is he going to do to me if I don't follow through with beating her up?
How does Jenny know her?
Just a lot of people know her.
Jenny don't have anything to do with her, does she?
She's the one that wants to help her get her ass beat.
No.
Yes.
You're the one that wants to have her killed.
I don't want her killed.
Well,
I want her beat up. He said he was going to punch her in the grill.
Tara, there is... Those phone calls that you talked to her about was recorded.
What?
Yes, they are recorded. And it's you that wanted to have her killed. And yes, at first, there is where you talked about, well, if I want to hurt, I want to permanently hurt. Do you remember saying that?
No.
Well, I can play it for you. But you said it. And then you said, well, you know, is it going to cost more to make it look like an accident? You remember saying that?
No, she said that they could make it look like an accident. She was like selling it. Like, we can make it look like an accident. It could be
when they do it, I don't want the girls to be there.
Because they were going to make a robbery look bad or something.
Yeah.
No killing.
But was that your request? Why did you give them the money to do it then?
Because she's like, you better get this money today. He's coming here. He said he can't come down here. If he comes down here and he wastes his time, blah, 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 blah.
It wasn't like all that.
Yes.
It's recorded.
She said, you have to come up with something right now.
Everything that you talked about is recorded.
She said, you have to come up with something right now.
What did you tell her? That you would get the money, you would bring it to her, right?
I said, I don't know how to get you more money.
No, I'm talking about yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. You said, well, I can get $500.
No, she asked me if I can get $500.
Yeah.
And I said, maybe.
Well, it all started out was that you were asking her, how much would this cost to do it, all this. Do you remember saying
That is not how that started.
It didn't?
No. No.
In the first phone conversation?
No. She is the one that called. I can show you where she's like, you need
Hold
to
on
delete
just a
this
sec.
conversation. Because she's the one
Hold
that
on.
called.
Hold on,
Kelly.
I'll be right back.
Detective Ryan Mills closes in on Tara Lambert, cutting off every explanation she attempts to construct. Every time she shifts her story, he redirects her back to the evidence. It quickly becomes apparent that Tara's intentions towards Kelly Cook went far beyond intimidation or assault. With the material gathered by Deputy Jason laid out in front of him, Mills methodically tightens the pressure. Recordings, cash, photographs, every piece aligns. Now he is poised to box her in from every angle, dismantling the narrative she tried to maintain and exposing the full scope of the plan she believed would never come to light.
Well, you did talk about having her killed, right?
No, I mean, it came up, but I don't want her dead. It came up, yes.
And you talked about it.
And I said, I just want her to leave me alone, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, all right, I'm going to go in. And I even said, Jenny, didn't you say that this is going to be a robbery gone bad? And she was like, yeah. Because she said that that's what she discussed with him. That was like their plan. And I was like, okay. I mean, it just, and then to his face, he said, I'm going to deck her in the grill and leave. I don't care about her. And then he asked about Sean. I told him how to know if she's there, if he's there, but I don't care about him. Like, I don't need him hit or whatever. And I told him about the gun.
What about Brandon? Does he know this
Not
transpired
at
or
all.
was going?
He knows that I want her ass whooped. I mean,
Okay.
but he has no idea I've like talked to someone about it.
Did you and Brandon talk about it a
No.
whole long time ago?
No.
I mean, you indicated
He wanted me to do it.
Brandon wanted you to kill her?
No. Just to whoop her ass.
Okay.
Yes. He's like, you should have whooped her ass a long time ago. He hated that we got along. At all. Ever. And we got along for like 8 years. Really well.
Okay.
I don't hate her. And we have an appointment
I
to
don't
do.
understand that because you did indicate,
I want her to stop.
you indicated that you hated her on when you were talking in the conversations.
I don't, though. I don't.
You don't mean that now. You mean
I don't hate her. And I am, and that's why we are about to go to counseling, like,
right.
in a couple, I mean.
You did hate her. And
I hate her when
you talked
she does
about
this stuff.
having her killed.
But I
that
didn't,
came up.
that
You
wasn't
talked
the
about it.
agreement.
Okay.
It was to deck her in the grill.
Okay.
That is a punch in the mouth, in the face.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, I guess the tapes will speak for themselves.
Yeah, he's gonna deck her in the grill.
Okay.
And do a like fake robbery for like $1,000.
How much did you give him today?
$100, I think.
100 or 125?
I think 120, I think.
Okay.
But I gave him a 5.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm asking you.
Maybe it was. I don't know. 120.
What about, how much do you owe him after that?
He said 900.
Okay.
But then he was like, well, this is your $1,000. And that's when he was asking, you know, he said, all I am going to do is deck her in the grill and leave. And then he said, or then we talked about like her belongings or whatever.
Okay.
And then he said, well, what about her dude? And I said, I don't really care about him. And then he asked if I wanted like the in-laws messed with. And I said, well, I don't know, it's going to look really weird that you go to a trailer and rob them and not touch, you know, the nice house. So I don't know what you're going to do about that. That was it. No murder. The word murder.
It had came up. You had talked about it.
It was not agreed.
Okay. You had talked about it, correct?
I just wanted her punched in the face.
Okay.
Tara remained strikingly confident, even knowing that Detective Ryan Mills has the full footage of her meeting with the undercover hitman. She doesn't deny the conversation outright. Instead, she begins to reshape it. Tara insists she only wanted Kelly Cook beaten up, not killed. She may not have used the word murder, but she did say she wanted Kelly gone, a phrase that in context carries the same weight. As the interrogation continues, Tara shifts strategy again. She attempts to portray Kelly as the aggressor, offering increasingly weak justifications for arranging the attack. But by now, the evidence is firmly in place, and no amount of reframing can distance her from what was already said and recorded.
She's been making us miserable. I said for 7 years, but it's really been about the year that, I mean, she's been making Brian miserable for 15 years. But that was not the final verdict for me. And I swear on that. I don't know. I'm sure you guys hear all that shit all the time, but I promise. And I will swear on Bible, whatever you want.
Well, it is what it is, and we can't change
And
it.
yes.
You know what I mean?
And I will admit it.
And
I'll tell the judge right now. I wanted her ass whooped. Everyone knows that. Everyone that knows me knows I want her ass whooped. But I can't do it. And then in that message that you just showed me, where I said our problem, it's because she called her. And that honestly is what made it all worse, and I regretted that. Even telling Jenny about her pissing me off and her calling her.
But after that phone call was made, then you came in, and what did you say in the report that you made?
Because listen, I told Jenny about it the day it happened. The day she wrote this thing. My attorney got an email from Rose, from Kelly, which was a copy of a police report, okay?
Okay.
Against me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I immediately, well, alright, the whole stuff about the day before when she was doing the text apps and all that stuff and saying, I don't even remember everything, it was like a year ago, but I did tell Jenny when I saw her. It was like, hey, how you doing? Well, I'm going crazy because of this girl, you know? Told her about the text app, blah, 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 blah. Well, then she was like, well, she needs someone to call her. She needs, and I was like, oh, of course. Like right then, I'm thinking, yeah, if someone calls her, she's such a chicken shit, it will scare her. So yeah, I did. But she didn't do it till the next day. And I even said, did you call her? And she said no. And she said, delete this message. Made my police report. That, and then, you know, I don't know what she said. She didn't even tell me that. Maybe she did tell me some. But the police report was more than just what this phone call was.
Right.
And that's why in my report you'll see where I talk about Sean threatening me, about her driving by my house, about her, I'm kind of racist a little bit. I was kind of raised that way, sort of. I mean, I'm just telling you because you'll see it. In my police report, I even say that she brought here to Pickaway County Sheriff's Office where we had to meet because she was going crazy. And I made it so that there was cameras and everything around, especially after her husband just said that to me. She brought I'm almost positive that I wrote this. She brought a nigger to threaten me in this parking lot, on tape. And she threatened me in this parking lot, with the girls with her. And then they kept driving by my house.
Do you know who she brought with her?
Yeah, I do.
Who?
It is Aspen, the oldest. I found this out later. Aspen is the oldest daughter, and it was her now ex-boyfriend's mom. Her adopted mom or some kind of mother. And it's Kelly's friend. I have her name written down somewhere, but she looked over, she leaned, and as soon as Kelly pulled up this way...
So it was a female that
Yes.
threatened you?
Well, and Sean had already done it.
Yeah.
Like, literally that same weekend.
Okay.
But we pull up, Kelly pulls up in her van, and as soon as she pulls up, she goes like this. Because she already knows that this chick is going to sit up and talk to me through our windows being down. And she was like, "You're fucking day," or no, "You're," she said, see, I'm thinking of Sean. I wrote it down. She said something about, "You're going to learn to shut your mouth," or "You're going to learn something," and I mean, I was feisty right back, and I was like, "The fuck are you talking about? Who are you? You don't worry about it, fuck I am," and we just kind of went back and forth, and she was like, "I'll see you soon." That's the part that I remember the most. "I'll see you soon." Bang on it.
In most investigations, detectives must establish a clear motive, especially when there is no confession to rely on. But in this case, very little is left to interpretation. Tara Lambert's resentment towards Kelly Cook, shaped by years of custody disputes, jealousy, and a need for control, comes through unmistakably in the recorded conversations. Detective Ryan Mills doesn't need to prolong the process. The intent is documented. The plan is detailed. The payment is accounted for. The target is clearly identified. What remains is accountability for an attempted murder that never materialized only because two alert deputies recognized the threat early and intervened before it could become irreversible.
You know, it's unfortunate. But nevertheless, like I said, it is what it is. It's like this. Once you ring that bell, you can't unring it. You know? It's done.
But we had 4 weeks.
Well.
Before he beat her ass.
Well,
He was going to beat her up.
I'm telling you.
And I knew it had to be done by a guy.
Yeah. So.
And I don't understand why Jenny's involved with this when she's the one that started this by the freaking conversation or the call that she made.
Yeah. Well, I've heard the conversations. I have
and you know
not
that
listened to the whole totality of what took place in the car, but I will have that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I'm telling you what it said, what he said, and what you replied.
No one said home invasion. It was a burglary. And it was supposed to be when he wasn't home and he was going to bust her in the mouth.
And that's what you said, to make it look like a home invasion.
Not a home invasion. A robbery or burglary or something. So where he wanted the stuff. And then he told him where to get the stuff.
Okay.
For what stuff?
All right. As you indicated, you knew that you were being recorded.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to add at this point?
I just want to keep repeating that I thought about it, I talked about it, but that was not the final agreement.
Okay.
And I had 4 weeks, and I'm going to go to counseling with her. Like, I knew that was the plan.
Okay. All right. I'll be back in just a second.
Following a swift trial in the Pickaway County Common Pleas Court in Circleville, Tara Lambert was convicted on February 24, 2016, of conspiracy to commit aggravated murder. She was sentenced to 7 years in prison and ordered to pay a $10,000 fine. In 2017, however, the conviction was overturned on appeal, reopening the case and altering its trajectory. On July 10, 2018, Tara entered a new guilty plea and received a 5-year sentence, with credit for time already served. With that adjustment, her remaining prison term was significantly reduced. Public records indicate that she was released after completing her sentence, and as of the most recent available information through 2026, she has maintained a low profile with no widely reported subsequent criminal activities tied to this case. Since her release, there have been no major public updates regarding her activities or legal status. What remains unchanged is this: the plan never moved beyond recorded conversations because Deputy Jason Ison identified the danger early and intervened before it could turn fatal.